Hi, guys, and good evening. Welcome back to Marantz. Rantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It's the night before GameStop earnings report. And of course, AMC comes out with a statement, Adam Aron. And I want to highlight some things here. This is for Adam Aron. I hope he can explain it to me, and hopefully we can go over it together. First, let's look at what he said. Adam Aron says, "The impressive forthcoming movie slate gives me increasing confidence in the potential for a solid industry box office later in 2024 and in 2025 as well. But in the first part of 2024, it's just a slog of wade through. Given that the 2023 strikes delayed movie releases from earlier this year." This is true, and then it's not. I want people to know he's using the strike to help him with his narrative. He says, "As I have said before, cash is king. The smartest thing AMC did to survive these past 4 turbulent years was to make sure that we had corporate oxygen available to us. That oxygen for AMC, of course, being cash in the bank. As noted during our last earnings call, AMC is focused on extending our debt maturities and ensuring that our cash reserves remain robust. This is a recipe for success." This is a recipe for success. And that's just not true, guys. For this statement to come out right now at this hour is absolutely ridiculous from Adam Aron. One, this is basically telling you that they need to offer up more shares and or push out the maturity dates for those bonds even further. I don't know what bank's going to allow them to do it. I don't know how these guys are going to do it. But here's the problem that I have. Adam, I looked at the box office numbers. And this is Q4. This was last quarter, the one where you guys actually announced he lost $400 million for the year. But the box office came in at 1.8 billion. That's exactly what it was. Domestic box office. This is Taylor Swift. You have the rights. You guys make all the money in the world off of it, or you don't. The problem is at $1.8 billion, there is not another year, and we can look at it here. I'm avoiding the last 2 years just because these are recovery years from what COVID was. But there's not another year in this millennia right now, up until what? 1.8 right here, 1999. So you're doing the numbers of 1999 when the footprint for AMC was 300 stores, 300 movie theaters, rather than the 1,000 they're currently carrying, right? The issue I have with the domestic box office and how movies have fallen off completely from 1.8 billion is when you look at this Q1 right now. Q1 is right here. And this is at $1.4 billion. Coming off of the pandemic, it was 1.3, where AMC made no money. We know that. But 1.4 billion with a couple of days left and no movies to show. Where were they 1.4 billion on domestic box office at any time? 1.4 billion. Somewhere down here. You're doing 1999 numbers again. Patch Adams was the number 1 movie back then. I want to show you something. Because Adam, it's like you're lying to the people and they have to know the truth. AMC operates in the negative, okay? They don't make a single dollar. But the issue why they don't make a single dollar, people have to realize, is right here. They have interest expense. They have to pay in interest each year $300 million for the money borrowed while Adam Aron's been in charge. From 2017 to now, look at all the money paid. Over $2.2 billion worth of interest. There is no way this company is ever going to be profitable. And the problem I have with this is you can't blame it on a strike. You can't blame it on the fact that you guys came in negative $400 million. That's not it. Because when I go look at Cinemark, I just go look at your competitor, Cinemark, with a smaller footprint, with half the movie theaters that you guys have, AMC. Adam, I ask you, why is it Cinemark still is paying interest just enough, not as much as you guys, but just enough, and yet their operating income and net income is now in the positive? They swung it from those numbers just these past same 4 years that you're dealing with. They went 188 positive net income. Here's the other part. That seems to be right on par with what they were making beforehand. They're actually right there with the last 5 years before the pandemic. So these guys are fully recovered and these guys are operating better. The $2 billion that you raised offering and doing share offerings, it just prolonged the inevitable. You already shot yourself in the foot 8 years ago, 7 years ago, when you took over this company and you ran it the way you did because you're a private equity guy. You're a plant for private equity. Apollo put you in place so that you could overextend this company on assets. And now when it's overextended right now, the way it is, they're going to file for bankruptcy, guys. They're going to carve up every asset they have in that company. There's $10 billion worth of assets in AMC. There's also $11 billion worth of liabilities. This company is completely upside down and there's no recovery. So Adam Aron can paint the picture any way he wants to. And it's so fitting, the night of GameStop earnings, the day of GameStop earnings, which we already know. We already know, Adam, you're just doing your part. Throw your little monkey wrench. It's not going to work. That box office is the same one that everyone else is using, and yet people are still making money. You're not, because you're a terrible CEO. You run your company the way private equity runs everything, to the ground. Good luck with this narrative that you're pushing out now. And if people are still invested in AMC, well, the joke's been on them for a very long time. Well, we'll see you on the other side of this. GameStop's earnings. You know, GameStop, the company that actually made money this year, you guys all picked the wrong stock. I didn't. Peace.